Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're taking a closer look at the Seiko Turtle PADI edition that I used as a summer of 2021 watch. It was an impulse purchase that I justified by the fact everyone should own a Seiko Turtle or the SKX at least once in their watch collecting life. I won't be going too deep into the specs of this watch as everything has already been said about the Turtle, but more about my thoughts on it. As a reinterpretation of the legendary Seiko 6309, this watch was an instant success for Seiko, thanks mostly to the fact it is pretty much a one-to-one copy of the legend. There are differences, of course, but they're noticed only when you get into the details. The one that bugs me the most and makes the vintage one look better is the chapter ring. On the modern one, it is sloped at a gentler angle, having a more horizontal look, while on the vintage one, it looks more vertical, and more Seiko because of it. I like these more vertical chapter rings more as they give a watch more depth, and like I said, is more in line with Seiko DNA. But other than that, the watch is a very true to the original copy of the old one. When it comes to size and proportions, even though I had my fears of it being too big for my 6.7-inch wrist due to the 45mm width, it wears really well, as the cushion case means the lug-to-lug is just 47.6. Even with the T-shaped end links that increase the lug-to-lug to 51.5, it looks okay on my wrist. With that being said, after weeks of wearing it, I realized I liked the look of the SKX 007 case more, at least when it comes to how it looks on my wrist. The bracelet is excellent in my opinion, as it reminds me of the Monster bracelet in feel and sturdiness, which was one of my favorite watches for day-to-day wear. The clasp could be better, but again, it does the job. The thing that makes this variant pop is the fact it's a PADI edition. Not because of the PADI connection, but the colors used. I know Seiko is becoming boring with all the PADI variants, but I personally like them as the color scheme is very vibrant. With a blue dial and red accents, this turns a somewhat boring watch into something fun and eye-catching. I especially like the red hashes for the 5-minute marks. Would I have preferred if it was just a regular Seiko in this colorway without the PADI inscription? Yes, but if we're going down that route, I would also prefer it if it didn't have a Prospex logo. But then it would mean it is almost perfect, and that is something watch brands don't like to do. They always give us models where one has this done perfectly, but another one has another detail perfect that the first one got wrong. That way, instead of getting one watch to rule them all, we always end up having a collection of a few models that combined would give us a perfect watch of our dreams. But enough about that, and let's get back to the watch. The bezel on this one is one of the best I handled so far. It is very easy to grip, smooth to operate, and lines up perfectly, which is something that is becoming the biggest problem on Seiko divers, regardless of the price range. In fact, almost everything on this watch is perfectly aligned, and only the 6 o'clock area has some minor misalignment, but so minimal it really doesn't bother me. I will soon feature a King Turtle as well that has a few upgrades, bringing this closer to what our dream watch I mentioned earlier would be, with a sapphire crystal and ceramic insert instead of hardlex and aluminium used on this. Sadly, I won't be able to do side-by-side comparison as I already sold this one. The summer is over, I scratched my itch, and it was a fun summer fling we had. I was thinking of keeping it permanently in the collection, but despite liking all the details, I still preferred the SKX to this, so I'll probably end up getting that by next summer. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video,